You've seen it everywhere. A $5.3 million Pokémon card worn around Mr. TRT's neck at WrestleMania, and it's been previously known as the rarest card in the world, but now it has a darkness surrounding it. This is how Logan Paul turned the Pikachu Illustrator card into the greatest scam in Pokémon history. Now first, you gotta understand what this Pikachu Illustrator card actually is. This isn't a Charizard you pull from a base set pack. This card was never sold in stores. It was given out in Japan in 1998 to kids who won an official Pokemon art contest. That means you couldn't buy it, you couldn't trade for it, you literally had to win a drawing competition on the other side of the world. I mean, only around 40 copies are known to exist. To put that into perspective, there are way more Black Lotuses in Magic the Gathering, more Babe Ruth rookie cards, even more first edition Charizards. I mean, this card is basically the Mona Lisa of Pokemon, and most of the copies are beat up since they were given to kids in the 90s. So when someone claims they have a PSA 10, a perfect one, they probably killed someone. It's that expensive. Now let's bring in Logan Paul. Around 2020, Logan went full throttle in Pokemon with live stream openings, massive box breaks, and was dropping six figures flexing on Jimmys and Timmys. And here's the wild part. He didn't just join the hobby, he exploded it. Before Logan, Pokemon collecting was mostly nerdy adults spending stupid money like me, investors who saw the value in these collectibles, and nostalgic adults who wanted to escape reality. But after Logan, Pokemon card collecting became a TikTok trend, a flex amongst friends, and a status symbol. Then 2 years later, he announces he copped the Pikachu Illustrator PSA 10 after an insane trade in Dubai. Logan traded a PSA 9 version of the card plus $4 million in cash for a total value of $5.275 million. Why help the poor or solve world hunger when you could just spend millions of dollars on a piece of cardboard with an electric mouse on it? Anyways, the Guinness World Records literally certified the trade as the most expensive Pokemon card transaction in history. But does Logan put it in a safe place to store away? Nope. P-Brain turned it into a custom diamond chain and wore it to WrestleMania. At that moment, this card stops being a collectible and becomes a Pokemon artifact. Now here's where things start to get scammy. Logan doesn't just go, "Look at this crazy card I own." He goes, "Why don't you own part of it too?" And people believed him, because he launched a platform called Liquid Marketplace where you don't buy the card, you buy shares of the card. Think of it like Pokemon cards replacing NFTs. Great investment, right? So instead of needing $5 million, you can invest like 50 or 100 or 500 and technically say, I own part of the rarest Pokemon card in the world. Sounds too good to be true, but it was a massive flex amongst virgins and guys who have wives that love them for their money. In all seriousness, at first, people loved this. I mean, normal Pokemon fans could own part of something they'd never get near. But then, Logan took advantage. People on the internet were going nuts because they tried to cash out their shares and they couldn't. Some people were saying the sell button didn't work, there was low liquidity, there were no real buyers, or the process just stalled. Now here's the part that really pissed people off. Deep in the terms, collectors noticed something wild. Logan and his company allegedly had the right to buy back the card whenever they wanted. Meaning you don't actually control your investment, you don't control when it sells, you don't control what happens to the card, you don't control anything. So collectors started saying this isn't ownership, this is a donation to the Paul family. And remember, this is a community that hates crypto scams, rug pulls, and influencer pump and dumps. But little did they know, they just walked right into one. Now let's talk about the PSA 10, because this is where the hardcore nerds came out with their microscopes. And they were pointing things out like whitening on corners, print lines, surface issues, and collectors found something interesting. The same card had once been graded a PSA 9, so how did it become a 10? Now to be fair, PSA does allow regrading, but in in this hobby, a jump from a 9 to a 10 is going from great condition to literally perfect. So conspiracy theorists, who half the time are right by the way, went nuts, claiming there was favoritism, celebrity treatment, even claiming PSA got a cash deal under the table. Now there's no proof of corruption, but the doubt alone damaged the card's reputation, and in collecting and investing, perception equals value. So fast forward to May of 2024, Logan actually bought back the card from Liquid Marketplace, and while people are still complaining about locked funds, ownership confusion, and broken promises, they were paid nothing. And after over a year and a half of this problem not being resolved, in late December of 2025, Logan announced the card would go back to auction. And this is where collectors and investors crashed out, because they're like, if people still own shares of this card, how can you sell something they own without permission? Terms and conditions, that's how, aka the great banging of the American consumer.
All right, then we get into the buyouts, the sketchy stuff that I've covered from the very get-go. We take a look at the shady terms of the platform, and then we may allow users to purchase all of the tokens associated with a certain collectible without the other token holders associated with that collectible executing a sale. So did Logan get permission from the scammers? He's not a scammer, but the scammers on the platform gave him permission to buy out the item. Does that make him a scammer too? Calling it Liquid Marketplace is dumb because it was the most illiquid thing you could possibly put your money into, because you could never get your money out.
But rationally, this issue should have been settled first with refunds, buyouts, or clear exits, and none of that happened. So if it wasn't bad enough that Logan rebought the card, after announcing he's selling it, it felt like the card and these collectors' money was ripped from their hands. And that's when this situation went viral for being a scam. Now let's be real for a second. Is this really a scam? Legally, there's no proven fraud, nobody's been convicted, there's no charges, but morally, Logan marketed ownership that was never ownership. Logan sold the idea of liquidity, but people couldn't sell. And in investing culture, that's basically the dynamic duo of a scam. And now, in January 2026, things are heating up fast, because Logan made a whole ass YouTube video promoting the selling of the card.
Bro, the auction goes live in 4 minutes.
Yes.
What does the bid start at?
500,000. 500,000.
All right, looks like it should be starting momentarily. You know, Card Ladder has the value at 19 million.
Yes. Yeah. When I texted to you before, I think it was like 14 million. Mm-hmm. But what's happened is Pokemon's gone up 25%.
Yep.
So it's rose.
Ken, it's live, and there's one bid.
Okay. Really? Already?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on.
What's the bid?
620,000.
Oh, so that means it's probably two. Oh yeah. So that's okay. So here we go. So let's take a peek.
It just started.
Yes. That was the first bid. Okay.
Dude, that's crazy. Look.
I don't even show that in here. So you got that before I did.
Ends in 41 days, 1 hour and 58 minutes. We got a ways to go.
Oh, just gotta go up $1 million a day for 41 days.
No problem. It's been a great week and we're ending on our ultra high. The Pikachu Illustrator is at $1.2 million, which is insane.
And not only does this help the marketing and the ability to actually sell it, but he's already surpassed $6 million on the auction.
Ken Golden said someone wants to place an irrevocable bid on the Illustrator. Let me explain what that means. Yeah. Ahead of the auction, someone will agree to put a pre-placed bid on the card. So if it doesn't hit that number, it gets sold to them at that number. If it goes above the number that they put, take the final sale price and their number, that difference, they get 10% of. So it's a way for someone to, it's almost like a business move. Someone did this with a fucking Birkin bag. He put a $3 million irrevocable bid on a Birkin bag. The Birkin sold for 10 million. The difference between 3 million and 10 million is 7 million. He got 10% of 7 million. So he made 700K in a night by doing nothing, other than giving the confidence that it was gonna go above 3 million. Someone apparently wants to put a $5 million irrevocable bid on the Illustrator, which I just don't. I think it's too low, so I said no. It's cool though, it's cool because like people obviously have confidence in the card.
He even got an offer from some influencer named Emmy Bunny for $10.2 million. The higher the number goes, the more people are gonna hate him, and the more Liquid Marketplace investors are gonna feel cheated. Not to mention, every time Logan talks about the card, it's not just a card anymore. It's a rage-baiting high-value investment and status symbol that someone's gonna pay way too much money on. giving Logan a bag and breaking the hearts of many people who trusted their money with him and his platform. We'll see what the final price goes for, but there's some things we can't deny about Logan in the world of Pokemon collecting and investing. Logan exploded the hobby, made it cool again, and brought way more money, attention, and legitimacy to the investment side of things. You know, before this whole scam. And other people believe he turned Pokemon into a casino, priced out real collectors, and monetized nostalgia, ruining the future outlook of trading cards for millions of people. So what is this story really about? Is it about a super rare and valuable Pokemon card? Or is it about what happens when internet fame meets real money? Because once you mix hype, fans, investments, and a celebrity with a platform bigger than most companies, the rules change. And if you want to, you can get away with stealing millions of dollars from fans and innocent people. Now comment if you think Logan's innocent or if he's a true monster. But one thing is undeniable. Whether he's innocent or guilty, the Pikachu Illustrator card has become one of the most controversial cards in Pokemon and trading card history.